Bubba. Welcome in. Welcome to my monthly art stream. I'm drawing tonight. How's your morning going? Ah, Waffleton too. Hey man. How's everybody's mornings, evenings, and whatnot going? Oh shit. What was that? That was a program. Wait, I got opacity on this. I don't want opacity. Must have put that on at some point. Yeah. Morning. Welcome in. I haven't got to do I haven't got to do an art stream for ages. It's literally been like about 2 months. It's been so long. I haven't slept today, so I spent my day drawing. I'll show you guys in a second what I've been drawing. Hold up, coming back. I'm also making emotes at the moment. I'll have to stretch in a minute though, because one of my shoulders is getting sore. Something is wrong with this line. I can't figure it out. So what we'll do when your PC works. I believe he's gonna play Factoria or Satisfactory. Satisfactory, I think it is. I'm gonna play the crap out of Satisfactory and try to break some world records and shit. No. He's just gonna it's gonna have fun. It's gonna be a nice experience had by all in Shadow's presence of his PC. Whoops. That one's not a bad song, but I don't feel like it. I'll change it in a second. That got very thin. It probably works. Hey, Triantha, welcome in. Fucking welcome to the fucking monthly art stream, man. Got music for you to work to. Hold on, let me change the fucking song. This is terrible. Yeah, that's some good shit. That's some nice shit. All right, let me save this. What's that? Let's sell my old one and finally play some games I wasn't really able to before. Yeah, Satisfactory. Like, what drawing program are you using? So I'm using Gimp 2, a free art program that's basically like made and what do you call it? Like maintained by kind of like a fan community kind of thing. It's fantastic. Like it's basically like Photoshop, but like free, and it's like a little mixture of a few different programs in there at the same time. But it's quite good. It's super customizable. I have some of my drink on. Yeah, I was watching a stream last night. While I was editing Bubba, I just didn't get a chance to like say hello while I was listening. I'm sorry. I was there. I just didn't get the chance to say hello. So I'm home with one of my kids that are sick. No work today. Uh, well, that means more Chaos Raccoon for us, I guess. But it also means more music for you. But more music that you're not potentially going to kill yourself in your workplace. So yeah, this is going to be shocked emote for sub tier 2 with the cat ears. So my tier 2 stuff's going to be all cat girl stuff because my character will eventually have a cat girl variation, and it's a rough drawing, but it's essentially going to be the tier 1 stuff where she's got the ribbon instead of cat ears. So you can kind of get the guess. I'm going to go with this framework, and then obviously like remove the cat ears and add the ribbon and stuff for tier 1 subs. So this will be 2 emotes. If I feel like it and if I have time, I'll draw Sarsaparilla or Hydrate. Maybe later. I haven't slept at all. So we'll see about that. It also depends how long this takes me, because like one drawing could take me like 7 to 10 hours easily. Well, sometimes it takes me 7 hours and then the next one's like pumped straight after it. I don't know if I had some features of Photoshop, but it does. There's a way to draw lines that smooth themselves automatically based on the average of where you drew. Makes drawing long, swoopy hair easy. Yeah, so I think we were talking about it earlier. There's also a program called Critter. I have got that, I just haven't used it yet. I haven't got to use it. I don't have anything that does smoothing because I am not a fan of lines auto correcting away from the shape that I've drawn. I have no problem with it when I'm using like a what do you call it, a graphics program. Like if I'm doing graphic design, I don't mind getting in having something that like auto corrects more of a curve or something like that. But when I'm doing a customizable, like fine detail kind of stuff, like this kind of stuff, I want to be able to do that myself. So like the pointy ends. Yeah, the pointy ends, they're manual. This one's currently my favorite. This one here. It looks the nicest out of them all. Um, you don't have to apologize. Like watching me play Sun Heaven. It was cute. It was a very cute game. I was enjoying it. Um, I wish I was like, I wish I had have been like not in the process of editing, so I could have like focused a bit more. Because like when I'm editing and stuff, sometimes like I'm there, but sometimes if I'm working on something of focus, I might miss something. What are you doing right there? Like terrorizing people. Stabilizer. The other thing too is this does have the ability to turn dynamics to like various different things too. I realize you guys can't see drop downs and stuff, but there's things like if I wanted to turn dynamics on right on this tab, it would change how my pen makes lines. So it would taper it depending on the amount of pressure and shit. But I also don't want that because I want them to be a solid thickness of a line as well, and only tapering down to smaller points and stuff like that because I'll fill in the lines with color to adjoin them and stuff. But I missed a bit back there. Hold on. If you have wobbly hands, make them smooth and sweeping. So we were talking about this earlier. So if I zoom in here, this is me with a mouse, right? Hold on. Go all the way in here. I not have that. So I can literally, with a mouse, I can very lightly like keep it straight and stuff like that. I can keep it genuinely like straight line if I want to. Um, tablet's a little different because the tablet pen I draw on an angle. So it's a little bit of adjustment. I also don't have a whole heap of experience. Like I've drawn with tablets in the past, but everything I've drawn on my channel, except for my last two emotes, have all been with a mouse, including my avatar. So these two emotes, cheese slap and sleep, um, they were drawn with the tablet. Everything else, including my avatar, is all made with the mouse. I'll show you guys my avatar. Hold on. That one, yeah. Where is my file? That one. I do have custom dynamics where it makes nice curves. Yeah. What's that raccoon tentacle is the only nightmare I'll be scared of. Yeah, that's creepy as. The game is kind of Stardew if you ever played that. I haven't, but I am interested in it. So this, my avatar, my PNG tuber, I've done all of her with a mouse. I also accidentally did her with the pencil tool. So she's got like jagged lines instead of smooth lines, which was an unfortunate situation. But yeah, I've done all of her with a mouse, all like the little details and stuff like that. Like for fuck's sake, man, I've got like nails and shit. Like, the little details and stuff that you don't see. Get out of my way, BLC. Um, this was my birthday avatar, well, anniversary avatar, by the way. But if I want like mouth, let's see. Let's leave her with that dress. Let's go with eyes and mouth open, close that. Turn that one off. Let's give her purple hair. I'm missing some light shine. Hold on. Like that. Then change that over. I think that's all the ones I had to change over. I could change her bow and shit too. I did. I had minty on it. So yeah, every single little bit of her avatar, all of it was just off a mouse. So that wasn't too hard either. I think I worked out that was like 20 hours or something like that for most of her base layers. I think we had a couple of outfits and I had maybe purple as an alternate hair color. I didn't have blonde or any of the other ones and stuff at that point. But the fun thing is, in this form, I could change shit like that. Or alternatively, do stuff like that. Let's bring a blonde back in. Or brown. Stuff like that. But I can change like heaps of shit on her. Got that. Back to this. I need to like take that to a point, but it's very close to this line. I'm cold already. Don't need cold sweats as well. Yeah. Now I hope that your fucking heating in your building gets fixed, eh? Oh, fuck's sake! Stop pulling that off there. Keeps doing that. I'm down to about it too. That's the other thing too. What is it, Phoenix? You're not jumping up. Phoenix has just come to check on me. The other thing too is like I am really only like adjusting to tell. This is like I think my second or third time using it. It might be maybe my second time using it since I got it. This was a anonymous gift as well. This was much fucking appreciated. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't got a lot of practice and I can't keep it out on my desk because I just don't have that kind of fucking space, unfortunately. But eventually maybe I will. We're looking at those problems. We do not use heating. Shadow's currently in snow, so he probably wants it to be a little bit heated. By the way, the snow is very beautiful. Photo is fucking gorgeous as. The candles for heat. I don't know. Some people just use like lots and lots of layers of clothing. I imagine. Like I don't live in the snow, so hey, Phantom Mori, welcome in. Welcome to my monthly art stream. All the music and stuff is only while I'm live, and I'm a very slow artist, but I'm making emotes. So welcome in. Also, it's not a lot, but it kind of works for one room. Yeah, I can see that. Also, how's your day going, Phantom? Let's see. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I kind of want it to be a bit longer though. I'm too zoomed out for this. Oh yeah, I ended up adding like the biggest fucking mixture of music in this time, so we actually have some fucking variety. The last two streams, I've just had all my Pony playlists. Well, Pony and other. Pony and other is like pretty much like a long like list of fucking music to begin with, but now we've got actually like 16 hours of fucking playlist now. There's very very little chance that I will ever get through the entire list in one stream. But the longest art stream I think I had was 10 hours. I don't really feel like doing that on zero sleep. I could do it. We'll see. I put my playlist at work yesterday. It threw off my crew. Aren't you like really fond of like death metal stuff though? Heavy metal stuff? Or did you have like some other stuff in there? Wait, which line do I want to? I want to take the longer one. All right. Sometimes it doesn't help if you've got two fucking lines. They converge on like different points. Oh yeah. By the way, Trantha and Waffleton, you guys missed me very, very briefly sing earlier. That's a thing that happened. It happened. I hated every second of it. And that was Shadow's response. He had an appointment, and yeah, he wasn't here. He missed it. Hilarious. The worst part is when you watch the VOD back and it doesn't have fucking music on it, and it's not going to sound the same as hearing it like along with music. If anything, Methel's heard it. You bad witness to it. I'll do. I'm gonna test it did happen. Yeah. Alright. That's most of our hair done. I don't know why I'm saving so constantly. The last time I did an art stream, I accidentally knocked over my drink into my computer. So I'm saving a lot. Learn from your mistakes. The other thing I learned is also to put up a little barricade next to my computer so that if something does get knocked over again because I'm a fucking klutz and it will happen, it shouldn't hopefully be able to pour over into it. You know, at this point, it should be the one called Blessed. What? Just because he was bearing witness to it? It's just one of those things. It's one of those things. Like I never know fucking who's here and shit. Oh, hydrate. Thank you. I never know who's here and shit. So I don't know. I just did that. Like people hear it. Thank you for the hydrate, Bubba. My throat's really sore today, so I really appreciate the hydrates. Although several hours into stream, my bladder's not going to appreciate it. I thought about adding in my like 5 minute break redeem. And I'm like, I might later if I need it. If you guys happen to at some point see a 5 minute break redeem available, you know I'm asking for it at that point. I will take breaks if I feel like I need it and shit, but like I don't know. During's one of those things where if you're kind of in the groove for it, kind of don't want to like get disrupted and reposition and all that shit again. Very close. I don't really like kid movies. Depends on the classification of kid movie. Like I like animated movies. A lot of people mistakenly like say it they're for kids when they're kind of not. Only like for everybody. Not really a huge fan of like movies that are directed for kids or very young children. They're kind of stupid sometimes. The Avatar is good. Which Avatar are we talking about, Aweber? We're talking about Aang the Last Airbender in animated form. We're talking about it in live action. We're talking about the blue cat people. I think there's another one out there too. You got to be specific with Avatar. Pretty much the Airbender one in the live action would probably be the only one that I'd say was probably targeted for kids. Like a lot of the Avatar series is not really like it is genre for kids or whatever, but it's so fucking matured. Um, like it's hard to say. Also, that reminds me, Mirthos, you said something earlier about you relating to something with Avatar, and I completely missed your comment. It's just dawned on me now. Do you remember what you said? And if you do, can you remember? Could you say what it was? You said you were like related to one of the characters, and I just like completely fucking mental wiped on it. Oh my god, that was ages ago too. I'm so sorry about that. Like having a conversation and shit, and I just went like brain just went like, yep, no, out of here. The Sucker, The Last Hope. I haven't heard of that. I don't know if that's cartoon or live action. Um, I don't know. Sucker's a pretty good fucking character though. Like in the anime, he's good. I don't know about live action. I don't watch live action stuff. I didn't even really watch. I didn't even really watch the what do you call it? Like TV. A lot of TV dramas and movies and stuff like that that just got people in it. It just kind of bores me a little bit. Yes, we're talking about relating to characters in anime. I said I relate to Zuko. No problem. You missed it. A bunch of people came in while we're talking. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that's what you said, and I just missed it. Um, yeah, no, Zuko's so awesome though. He's like, I don't know. He's up there in like my favorite characters for Avatar. He really is. That's why, like, I did say when I was like naming Azula, if we had got a male cat, it would have been Zuko. It was either going to be Zuko or Azula, depending on which one we got. And we got female cat, so we got Azula. And we're so glad that she doesn't have Azula's personality from the fucking anime. So lucky. Fucking psychotic. Um, but yeah, no, Zuko's like redemption arc and all that shit and in the anime and stuff is so great. One of the best I've seen in anime, realistically. So yeah, I definitely like the fact that like he kind of goes from like being, seen as a bad guy, then having to deal with like a lot of his like powers and shit not working because he's driving it from a different force, and then like learning to like come to terms with himself and the life and past and future and stuff that he has. And yeah, it's really great. I quite like it a lot. I feel like that was a super mega twist. Okay, the other funny thing too is like I saw the memes long after I saw the anime, but okay, let me see if I can find one of these things. Hold up. Let me just I'm pretty sure this should be too hard to find. Let's see. Um oh man, it's hard to type with a glove. Hold on. I can't find my keys. Done. That should bring up one for sure. Like it's super fucking old meme. Oh man. I don't know if it's gonna come up in any like local results. Um yeah, redemption arcs are pretty awesome. It was the first redemption arc I've ever seen that was like really good. Um like I've seen some ones, but like they don't hit as deep. And Iroh is just like the greatest thing to exist. Uncle Iroh. Oh come on, why is this so hard to find? Are you kidding? I can't fucking find this. Hold on, I might actually have this. I love how when you can't fucking rely on the internet to get you your memes, you just like dig into your old ass meme folder. I'm pretty sure I saved it ages back. Uh, funny shit. This is actually one of the things that I don't mind about art streamers. Like I can take a moment to like actually look up shit and share things with you guys while I'm like streaming, as opposed to like when I'm playing games and shit like that. I can't really just stop and do this. I mean, I could, but I don't like doing that. Um, I feel like because of how old this meme is, it should be really close to the bottom. You imagine if I can't find it and I'm just like, oh, I found the Gara version of it from fucking Naruto. I definitely have these. Alright, if I can't find Zuko's one, I'll bring up Gara's so you guys get the gist. Yeah, no, it must be Gara's one. Alright, give me a second and find it again. I gotta admit, this has got to be the most fucking interesting song to listen to while I'm looking for shit. Alright, there. Alright, let me open this up. You can see what I'm getting at. Alright, So this was one of the funniest fucking memes. But if you replace Gara with Zuko when he had like that like bald cut and like the fresh scar, it was like panel one, and then you see him like later on in like a beach scene or something like that, standing there in like picture two, and it was always like it was. I always found it super fucking funny. I don't know why I don't have it. I probably do. I'm probably just overlooking it. But yeah, that's all I ever think of with fucking Zuko is like the first moment you see him, you're like, man, what an evil looking character. This guy is gonna just be like this the entire time. And he's one of the characters that like transforms the most, both visually and like psychologically throughout the entire fucking series. And it was just like, what the fuck? I don't know. A lot of like animes and stuff like that that I've seen up until that point, a lot of the characters just like never changed appearance the entire fucking thing. And so you'd be sitting there watching it, and they just get like the artwork would get cleaner between season one, season 50, whatever, as opposed to like with Avatar, they actually changed the characters. They changed their clothes. They changed like they grew, and it was amazing. It was so much better. As dynamic and compelling character he is, yeah. Um, I also love Toph. I always forget when I'm talking to people and they're like, with like avatar characters and stuff like that, like what ones do you like and stuff, and I'm like, I love Toph. Like if you want to like be a character that I relate to, Toph is one. I like Toph. She's just like she's unapologetically herself. It's great. I love it. Might leave that line there, maybe. Something like that. I want to be Suko, but I usually just feel Sokka. This Sokka's awesome though. Sokka's fucking hilarious, but he's also like a genius. He's like tactically brilliant. That's the funniest thing. It's like Sokka is so underrated, and he also underestimates himself as well so much. Like like when he regains like the southern men, he he pretty much just like goes, "Oh, I'm not as great as my dad, or I'm not as great as blah guy, because you know, I'm not able to like public speak or something like that. Or I'm not as strong or whatever." And he's like, he's completely downplaying his strengths as mental. Um, and once he starts to own that, like after he gets his own master and really starts to own that, that's when he like actually starts having some personal improvement. I don't know what I feel about that. So I think I'm a Momo. I could see that. Um, not the line, is it? Up at the back is. I hate the end of the song. Yeah, that one's nice. I've had a few good ones in here. I like this bit, but I don't like this bit. I don't know how far I'll have to go back for this. I do like the fact that Gimp allows me to perpetually just undo and redo, like fucking forever and a day. I love it. Like a lot of art programs, you have like up to 7. I think is usually the maximum number that you can backspace. And this is one that's like, yeah, no. You can do it as many times as you like since the time that you opened it first. Yeah, it's good like that though. It really helps like someone like me. The only thing I keep forgetting is I actually have an undo and a redo button on my tablet, and I forget to use them. I'm so used to having one hand on a keyboard when I draw, and I actually half use it for stability. Interesting. So, um, probably about that. So I was spending the last 15 minutes making sure there's no dust anywhere near my desk on which I'm going to build. It's a good idea. If you're going to build it, you kind of want to start with like everything nice and clean and stuff. Like, it's funny, every time I get my tablet out, I either have to completely clean my desk space Or like this time, I just like I'd cleaned it kind of recently, and because the cat sit up on my desk, I'm like I do want to like wipe it down because cat butt. But like this time, I'm like fuck it, I'll just put down I'll put down like a little, I don't know what this is, like a little black blanket. Like, I'll sit everything on that. It'll just protect everything. When I move everything back, um, I'll give it all a fresh wipe down then as well. Plus, I ran out of kitchen wipes last time I cleaned in here. I was like, gotta remember to put a Prolic on safe distance too for static powers. Oh man, I actually, so before I knew that I had really bad static electricity all the time, I used to kill PCs when I was working on them. No worries, Baba. So when I was building PCs professionally, um, and it was kind of winter, I would have to kind of like go zap myself. I'd have to take off my jumper, tie my hair up, and go zap myself, then ground myself to the case because I could just endlessly zap. Um, it just wouldn't stop. And while it was great fun, pisses people off and all that good stuff, to like sit there perpetually zapping somebody. It's really fucking lethal for a computer, especially the older computers when I started building. Obviously, they got a little bit more protected, a little more grounded over the years. But yeah, at first they weren't so much. What the fuck? Yeah, put that back. When the song changes, sometimes it steals my mouse. Can I have that back? There we go. That one wasn't too bad. Yeah, it steals my mouse, and then I get like a weird line. Mm-hmm. I want to draw another comic. Did you end up deciding where you want to put your comics? I know we were talking about the other day about various hosting sites and stuff. Did you end up like looking into some and like feeling comfortable with any? Normal site. Last time I used one, people asked me to draw a licking stuff. You know what you can do though, Ava, is depending on the site, you can turn off the ability to get DMs. That stops a lot of problems. Mind you, if it allows for comments under the comics, you're still gonna get it. The internet is wonderfully disgusting. I gotta admit though, I never got asked any questions like that with my drawings. I was actually looking at some of my comics earlier today to kind of get more comfortable with how I used to draw. I was talking about this a bit earlier. I was having a bit of trouble with drawing. I just kind of like felt like I hadn't really drawn my shit for a bit. Um, After like not drawing for a while and not drawing in person and stuff like that, like I just kind of like was like, I don't know what to draw. I don't know how to draw. We're discussing the rat's nest that I could draw on top of my person's head because all of my art got really like hair was terrible. Man, that took me an hour to get going with hair today. That to be less. It's so hard to find sites that I really want to stay with. Yeah. I think the thing is, if there's a site that you enjoy reading comics on already, you can sometimes like approach that site to host it. That's what I did in the past. Back. I used to read, and I still do read a fair bit of webcomics. A lot of people now host their own sites. That way, they don't have to worry about like outages or, um, you know, accessibility and stuff like that. And they've got a little bit more creativity on their own ads and all sorts of stuff. Um, so a lot of them have kind of moved away to create their own sites and stuff. But yeah, I used to read a lot, so I tended to have a lot of variety and stuff. I think I use two separate sites to host my stuff. Um, but yeah, my only problem is when I try to log in. That's half my problem is logging in to like delete my old comics off the internet. I can't fucking remember my old logins from when I was like 17, 18, 17. Yeah. I have a guess because I wasn't creative with passwords back then, but it's apparently not one of them. Or I don't have access to the email address. I'm not sure which it is. I use one old website like Logidot or Logipick. It's nothing with logic. It does not exist anymore. That's the other problem too that you risk is eventually like the host site disappearing. The one I used to host on still exists. I don't know how popular it is. I used to read so much on it. My only problem is there's a few comics out there that I still love, and I love their original art. I love their first expressionful kind of like beginner art that had so much like expression and movement and all that sort of stuff, so much creativity in it. And a lot of artists tend to take down their art and replace it with something that they consider to be of higher quality that kind of meets the standard of like the end of the comic. But yeah, I do. But it's never as passionate as those first couple of pages that got me hooked. And that always makes me really sad because like it's gone then. And unfortunately, I've had a couple of like authors and stuff like that just disappear, or like not disappear, but they've taken away their first few pages or their first like chapter or something like that. And those amazing few pages that got me into them in the first place that I loved seeing, even if they're like a little bit on like the crappier art side, no longer exists. And it's so fucking sad because like there's nothing wrong with it. I get that like yeah, for them it might have been a little cringe, but like I don't know. Also, you keep saying you hate Sonic. I've got to ask, are you talking about Sonic the Hedgehog? Are you talking about Sonic food or something? Because like I think you've been hating on Sonic like publicly in chat for 3 weeks now, Waver. I was looking through a couple of my VODs from like the past couple of weeks for quality control, and I'm like, man, you hate fucking Sonic. I'm like, you really have a deep hatred for fucking passion for him. Why though? Like, I don't know what kind of Sonic exists in like TV and games these days, because like the Sonic that I remember when I was growing up was like it was a game and later I think a TV show. But you don't know why what they do. So I really don't